Welcome, everybody, to Extreme Forces Racing League. I'm Joe Wright with Intensity Broadcasting, and I'm bringing you action from Atlanta Motors Speedway, the ARCA Cars Extreme Forces Racing League. It's going to be a hell of a race tonight. Daddy Dunford 80, presented by Stanley Everett Racing, sponsored by them anyhow, and presented by Intensity Broadcasting. It's going to be a good one tonight. Falcon Graphics on board as well. Thank you to all our partners. Qualifying starting in about 3 minutes, but while we have a second, let's talk about what's going on in this league right now. Devin Bacino leading the way with 3 wins, showing some patience all season long so far, finding his way to the front on 3 different occasions. Dustin Buck with 1 win. Alan Wernicke, pretty consistent. Second place there on the points. Benjamin Park as well in 4th. And the closer, Dean Qualley, rounding out your top 5 in points. Logan Hagerman, Farron Elam Jr. sneaking into that top 10 in the last couple of weeks. Sam Sturtko, Brandon Richardson, and Jake Ellingson, your top 10. Some guys not doing so hot. Dave Wright, Daniel Stagner, Donnie Bartlett, Jesse Adams, as they struggle to get themselves into that top spots here as the playoffs are drawing closer and closer. Extreme Forces always rocks team points as well. Buck Wild Racing with the lead right now with 333. Misfit Racing at 325. And Intensity Neon with 283 with a close 4th. Only 1 point behind Neon Racing is Stanley Everett Racing. And then a little further back you have ILT Motorsports. And in last right now, the Far North Motorsports, guys. And while we have a second, if you haven't checked it out already, go to IntensityBroadcasting.com. Get yourself some of that Intensity swag. Also, if you don't want to get some Intensity swag and you're not on board with us, you might like the league. Check out Extreme Forces. Go check them out. They're also on IntensityBroadcasting.com. Some of the proceeds go to them as well. I'm not sure what the split is. You'd have to ask the producer. On track, though, Devin Bacino top of the board with a 31.62 right now. 37 seconds left in practice here. And you can look at the guys who've been fastest in practice there. And in the chat, if you're watching, let me know who you're rooting for, who you're calling, who you think's going to win this thing tonight. About 12 seconds here, and we'll get this thing going here in qualifying. Hitting the track first, we got Logan Hagerman. Let's see what he's got for you. And his paint will update here in a second, as I know that's not his. Maybe it is. Maybe he's got it changed up this week. The high line on his out lap he goes. From Kingston, Ontario, Canada, one of the Canadians here in the league. First lap, high into 1. And there you go. There's his proper paint, the Logan and Cody show, number 7. If you haven't seen that, go check that out on YouTube, Logan and Cody show. A little podcast, a little fun, funny, sometimes insensitive podcast. Logan to the line on his first time lap. And he'll go third fastest. As you can see on the left there, Buccino top of the board currently. Logan will be fourth fastest. Jake Ellingson sliding into that third spot. Atliat Manuise into the inside wall. Let's see if we can find somebody else who's on track. Josh Fox. How about it? In the 8 machine. As he crosses the line for his go lap. Little gyro cam, show you that banking here at Atlanta, which has recently changed. I don't know if you've seen that, but Atlanta with some new pavement, steeper banking, sharper corners, less space in the corners as well. Should make for some better racing. We'll see. Josh Fox, 19th fastest on the board. Let's take a look at Alan Wernicke, one of your most consistent drivers of the season. We'll see what he can do. If you're watching, again, let me know who you got before the race starts. If you call it during the race, it doesn't count. Interact with us. Let us know who you got. Who's going to win this thing? Who's got the fast hot rod today? Buccino on a roll with 3 wins. Alan Wernicke, your most consistent driver, no wins, but second place in points.
Dean, can you override a X on qualifying for me?
Sorry about that. Had to cut off the driver chat. You don't want to hear some of the things those guys have to say when on track. It can get a little crazy. And that's going to, I think, wrap up qualifying here. Maybe not. Rob Hamilton, 21st right now. Still got a bunch of guys who haven't hit the track. Approximately 7 or 8 of them. We'll see if they do that or not. Buccino looking like he's going to hold that pole down, and he does. As they begin to grid. In the 00 level up machine, that's Devin Buccino. 3 wins here so far this season. Going for his 4th and looking pretty stout here as he takes the pole in qualifying. To his outside will be the 8 car of Josh Fox. In the 3rd spot, we'll have Dustin Buck. He's been strong all season as well. Just hasn't found the winner's circle again. He found it once, I think, already, but still looking for a second. Dylan Dunford, tough racer all season long as well, finds himself in the 4th spot here tonight, but definitely with a chance to get toward the front. 5th will be Kyle Lingerfelt in the 65. 6th will be the 27 machine of Jake Ellingson in that sweet little pony ride. Ben Park will start P7 in the 23. Logan Hagerman of Intensity's own racing team, the Logan and Cody show car, will be 8th. 9th will be Alan Wernicke. 10th, Matthew Setzer. Bradley Stefane will start P11 in that 89 machine. Zachary Cox to his outside from Portsmouth, Virginia. Zach, I'm right up the road when you want to hang out. Travis Lapanis in the 61. 13th. Lee Krause, 99 in the 14th spot. Devin Smith in the 95 will start 15th. Dylan Redding to his outside in that Pelican Snowballs machine, P16. Donnie Bartlett, 17th. Austin Green will be outside of him in the 18th spot. Atlee Etman Weiss of Intensity will be in the 19th spot. Mick Lofson, 20th. 21st sees Rob Hamilton. 22nd, Dwayne Kernigan. David Wright will start 23rd. Outside of him will be Chad Waller, the 24th spot. Brandon Richardson will be 25th. Dean Qualley, 26th. 27th, Rowdy Tony Richardson. 28th will be Randy Pepler. And rounding out your field will be Daniel Stagner in that 2 machine. Don't know what's going on there with Logan Hagerman, but it's like he might be going to the back here. Not quite sure. Oh, it wasn't Logan. It was Dustin Buck to the back. So Buck will start, looks like he's going to start toward the back of the field. It might be a little, as they come out of turn 4, we're going to be racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And the green flag is out. We're racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Extreme Forces Racing League, presented by Intensity Broadcasting and brought to you, sponsored. Whoa, we got one around already. Bradley Stefane off track. Not sure what happened there. Just losing it through the tri-oval. No caution yet. Yeah, we stayed green. Pacino with some pressure from the outside there in the 8. Pacino able to ride through the middle of the corner and get up off the corner. Kyle Lingerfeld up 2 positions as he challenges now for that 2nd spot as he looks underneath the 8 of Josh Fox. Into turns 1 and 2 goes Lingerfeld underneath Fox. Fox liking that high side, keeping it wound up. In line there with Devin Pacino. Dylan Dunford now outside of Lingerfeld, just behind them. And he's going to clear into 3rd. Warnicki down real low as he through the middle of 1 and 2 there as he's starting to get a run up off the corner. Little bumper. Now to the outside, Warnicki. And now the 23 of Ben Parks around Kyle Lingerfeld on the outside up to 4th, and Warnicki as well. Lingerfeld getting stuck on that inside line as they just freight train around him on the outside. You saw Chaput there at the bottom of your screen coming off the pit road. Some real tight racing mid-pack there. You could see it coming off the corner. David Wright to the outside. You got Dylan Redding into the wall. Let's see what happens with him. He keeps it on the wall for long enough, doesn't yank it off, and everybody's able to clear by. Lee Krause now with a little crossover off the corner. Let's see what he can do down the backstretch and into 3 and 4 as he goes underneath the 61 now of Travis Lapanis. He's following Mick Olofsson around the bottom. Mick not able to clear. I'm sorry, that's Donnie Bartlett. Devin Smith is riding high in that 95 yellow machine. Little scrape of the wall for the 61. And there's Mick Olofsson in the 75 machine as he works up underneath. What's that? David Wright in the 84 and the 2 machine there of Daniel Stagner. Tight racing back here with these guys. Right real high. Dustin Buck trying to find a hole. He had to start from the back. Austin Greed leading this pack in that 15 machine as you see him dive down into the corner. Mick Olofsson's going to slide up in front of the 84 just behind them. Some tight racing here between the 95 and 61. Again, Lee Krause to the bottom now. A little crossover for the 61. Lee's going to go to the outside. So far, it's been all Devin Bacino at the front. Josh Fox just behind him, showing some patience, really. Dolan Dunford in that 3rd spot, just hanging out as well. Hagerman hanging off the back of them just a bit. Hagerman pretty good at saving tires, but just behind them. Behind Hagerman. Oh, we got one in the wall. That's Alan Wernicke in the wall. Let's see what he does here. Oh! The 65 hard into him. That's going to definitely bring out the caution here. Go back and see if we can see what happened to Wernicke and how he ended up in the wall. It started before that. Maybe just a little glue to the wall, huh? Wernicke just a little tight off the corner and grabs that wall. 27 goes below him. See these guys all scattering. He doesn't see him. Oh, man. The 60, or maybe it was a 95. 95, not the 65, with some tough luck there. Let's go if we can roll that back and see that from inside the car. You see the Jim Beam car in front of him. Just not able to probably see the 72 on the wall. There it is. Yep. Just happened so fast. Doesn't look like anyone else was involved here, which is good news for the rest of the field. A live look at the field now. Some guys hitting pit road there. You can see at the bottom of the screen. You got Wernicke on pit road. Randy Pepler also. Derek Chaput is going to stay out. And he'll probably get the lucky dog. You see him go by the pace car there. All right. Back to the chat. Anybody? Nobody. Nobody wants to talk to me. Come on. It's okay. I'm not mad about it. Stanley Everett Racing is a great sponsor for the Extreme Forces Racing League, and man, check them out. These guys are pretty good. Also, Devin Bacino, 3-time winner here in Extreme Forces, leading the way in that 00 machine. As you see, Wernicke tries to beat the pace car out. Doesn't look like he did. That's going to put him a lap down. So I might have jinxed Mr. Wernicke. Mr. Consistency. See if he can bounce back as this race goes on. I don't imagine it'll be too hard. I'm sure there'll be a caution or two more. We'll see. Jay Adams says, go Josh. And go SER and the Misfits. Josh Fox in that 8 machine just behind Devin Machino, just kind of hanging out. Didn't look like he was trying too hard or pressuring. You saw maybe Warnicky pushing that thing a little bit, trying to stay with those front guys and getting a little tight and into the wall. So some things to think about. Dustin Bucket and pit road here. Probably to top off on the fuel, same as Derek Chaput as well. Biggest mover of the race so far, Daniel Stagner and Brandon Richardson. Brandon Richardson up 15, Stagner up 11. Biggest loser, technically Dustin Buck. He started at the back, so we'll go with Alan Warnicky, negative 20 positions, as he was involved in that last first caution here. Hagen's Papa says, go Jake. The guy needs a break. And Jay Adams says he wishes he was racing tonight. We'll lose a lot of points, but still enjoying vacation. Where are you at, Jesse? Jesse? Where are you vacationing at? Talk to me. All right, Devin Bacino out of 4. He's going to take the green flag here. Ooh, a little wheel spin for the 8. He gathers it up, and that's going to stack everybody up behind him. Atlanta infamous for that, and we already have another yellow flag. There we go. Wowzers. That's the big one at the back. Go ahead and see what happened there. I couldn't even really tell. Somebody lost traction in front of them. That looks like it's the 75 of Michelofson, actually. See if we can get a better view of Mick here. Oh, Atlee Weiss going through the grass as well. Everybody having a little tough time getting back to the throttle there. Dean Qualley gets caught up. Warnicky, Dylan Redding. Atlee comes back through, doesn't hit anybody. Let's look at that from inside Mr. Wright's ride. I saw him coming through there as well. See these guys having a tough time here getting back to the throttle. Atlanta tough here with that on old tires. Everybody's scattering. Wow. All right. So we'll re-rack him and restack him, as Josh Hall would say, and get him fired back up. Next time, maybe they'll be a little bit more judicious with the throttle. Tyler's sitting out tonight. He needs a new motherboard. Huh? What'd you do to it? I think you guys are just scared of Atlanta. Vacations and motherboards. You guys don't want to end up like a meme like Isaiah Gill. But it's okay. Mick and Dylan Redding got it for you now. And Atlee. A lot of guys hitting pit rain there. Lee Kraus, Dylan Redding, Ellen Wernicke, Dean Qualley, Dustin Buck, Mick Olofsson, to name a few. David Wright, Brandon Richardson. If for nothing else, fuel. Some guys with damage from that incident as well. Yeah, Dean Qualley sitting there for a while. Looks like he may be getting some optional damage fixed up. Mick, one of the victims in that incident as well. Buck Wild of Dustin Buck. And that looks like all the Buck Wild guys are at the back of the field now. So they'll be in a hurry. I think Jake Ellingson probably the only one not back there. And I actually don't see him. He's in the field somewhere. There he is. He's P4. That 27 machine. Josh Fox losing one position during that exchange there. Dylan Dunford up to P2. And that was because you saw the 8 spin the wheels there on the green flag. Everybody having a tough time getting back to the throttle. Nice, Disney World, I love it. And Tyler, do you know for sure that you killed the motherboard? If you're not smart enough about it, let me know and I'll try to help you. And Mama Ellingson is watching and crafting. What crafts are you doing, Mama Ellingson? All right, Buccino. Leading the field still here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Dylan Dunford getting his blink on. Doing his best Blake Hensley impression. Devin Buccino back to the gas. Everybody looks like they got going pretty well that time as they... Oh, as I say that, I hear some wrecking behind them. Wow. 61 having a tough time getting going. Man. Somehow they made it through, but Dylan Dunford now putting that pressure a little bit on Devin Buccino. Let's see what he's got for him. Dylan Dunford really good in these ARCA cars in the first season of ARCA with iOS. He did really well, leading many laps in iOS. But Dunford here now putting that pressure on Buccino, and Buccino leading the way still. Dunford off of turn 2 as he turns down hard off the corner and with a great run down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Tough to pass here at Atlanta on the low side. We'll see if we can get it done coming out of 3 and 4. In through 1 and 2 would be the best way. He's going to stay side by side off of 4. And he loses the quarter panel barely. And he's going to fall back in line. High entry for Dunford. Dunford had to get out of the throttle just a hair to not hit Buccino there. Buccino and Dunford used to racing around each other here in the ARCA series, and boy, I'll tell you what, these guys usually put on a show, so I'm excited to see what they got for you here as this race goes on. Look who's creeping up into the picture though, that 7 machine, that red car of Logan Hagerman as he goes to the inside now of the 8. Can he get it done on the inside? Logan clearing the 8 up off of 2. The 8 trying a little crossover. Nothing there. He's going to fall in line. Logan with a really good run through the middle of the corner. We have a caution. Dave Wright. I have to go back a little further to digest that one. Almost 3 wide through the quad oval. Back to 2 wide. Dylan Redding 3 wide. Forcing right high. And they're all into the wall. Atlee, Chaput, Buck Wild. Oh, Jake Ellingston. Not Jake Ellingston, I'm sorry. That was Brandon Richardson. There. Or Tony Richardson. Ooh, he put it to Derek Chaput as he holds the brake there. Tough break for a lot of those guys. On board here with Dave Wright into 1 and 2. I think this is where they're 3 wide. They're 3 wide right now. He hears it probably. All right, Bacino and Hagerman deciding to stay out. Zachary Cox as well. We'll look at stint lengths after they cross the line one more time. We work lap 25 of 80. And our third caution. And there's your stint lengths from 11 on back, hitting pit road. Whether for tires or not, I'm not sure. Probably most of those guys getting tires. Your top 4 staying on track. Chino, Hagerman, Cox, and Waller. And honestly, might be a good idea at this point. A lot of these guys in the back really not showing any patience and taking chances. Out of 4 they come. The pace car will take a hard left turn onto pit road, and it'll be all Devin Bacino with Logan Hagerman giving chase. Green flag is out. Hagerman with a decent jump there from that second spot. He's going to stay with Bacino. And we saw Hagerman able to really turn it down off the corner against the 8 machine. Let's see what he does here with Bacino as they head down through turns 1 and 2. Little pressure from behind now for him as well with Zachary Cox in that 51. Dylan Redding on fresh tires to the inside. Bacino gaps these guys by a bit though. 3 wide behind. Dylan Redding through the grass. We'll watch this weapon for a second. That's the 66 of Chad Waller just in front of him, up 21 positions, your biggest mover of the race. Waller with a little pressure now from Dylan Redding. As they've now caught back up with Bacino after Bacino gapped them a little bit. Logan Hagerman kind of finding a rhythm about that middle line. As Bacino moves down into that line, now to the bottom. Dylan Redding all the way to the bottom. He's going to slide up underneath the 66. He's not clear yet. As the 66 of Chad Waller fights back on the outside, down through the quad oval and into turns 1 and 2. And he'll lose the position there as he shoots way high, trying to get a run off. Dylan Redding to the inside now of Logan Hagerman. Logan way down low underneath Bacino. A big speed difference between Redding and Hagerman. We'll see what Redding can do, but that gives the 66 that door on the outside again. And here he comes as he's going to look for second place. And these guys are putting on a show at the front. And Devin loves to see it. Hagerman tries to block that inside run by Redding. That 66 is now to the outside. Dylan looks middle. Dylan to the outside now. Hagerman's been liking the inside line. Let's see what he can do here through 1 and 2. He's okay. He's going to let them get off the corner on the high side, and he's going to slide in behind Dylan. And now the 66 looking inside Devin Bacino. Bacino still leading this thing. Bacino way out of the throttle on entry. Kind of diamonding it off as he comes down and off the corner here. Real tight racing at the front as these guys are putting on a show. Redding to the inside now. We've seen him try, but we haven't seen him be successful yet. Dylan on fresher tires than the rest of these guys. He's going to clear Bacino here. As he throws it down into 1 and 2, and he's going to clear easily by Bacino. Starting to see some green flag guys hitting pit road. I'm not sure who that was. Looks like that might have been Dwayne Kernigan leaving pit road. Dylan Redding, your new leader on those fresh tires, as he starts to gap the guys behind him with a little bit of tire speed. Brandon Richardson now looking for that 6th spot. And he's going to slide into 6th underneath Mick Olofsson. And he sees 5th right there in front of him, Jake Ellingson. Real tight race between the 29 and 75 there. Might have been a gap for a quarter of a second for him to get up, but not long enough to make it happen. And just in front of them, these guys are running down the lead pack here. I would imagine the 27 and the 95, or the 75 and the 51 all with new tires. But the speed that they're making on these guys. You watch the 27 now, Jake Ellingson making moves to the inside. Underneath Hagerman. Tony Richardson, Brandon Richardson, I'm sorry, will probably follow in that 29 as we go into 1 and 2 here. He does. Almost middle for him. Ellingson's going to clear up. That'll help him. Mama Ellingson's got to be proud of this, as Ellingson now going for 2nd under Bacino. Him and Brandon, I don't keep getting them mixed up. Brandon Richardson, as he shoves Ellingson into turns 1 and 2. They're going to pass Bacino now. Once they clear that, they're going to be setting sail toward Dylan Redding, who wasn't able to get away, as these guys on new tires have now started to close that gap to him. We can start looking at that interval. They're going to start chopping into that lead that Dylan has made for himself. 0.57 now, but you'll see through turns 1 and 2, that's going to really close the gap here. Already under 4 tenths, 3 tenths, and they're coming fast. Two tenths back into 3. And they're just fast through the corner here. Now let's take a look at the stints here while we're looking at these guys and just see who got what when. So they got 9-lap fresher tires than Dylan Redding. As you can see, Bacino, Hagerman, and Waller with 42-lap old tires. Open for a caution, those guys are. Redding taking the defensive line off the corner there. High into 3 and 4. Ellingson to the bottom. He's clear. Jake Ellingson to the point. And now Brandon Richardson looking for the same. And he's just satisfied with following Jake right now. Redding falls to 3rd. Bacino, Hagerman, and Waller are waiting for this caution to come so they can get to pit road and get some tires, but it looks like they might be waiting a while. Although somebody did just go off track. Austin Green off track as well as Rob Hamilton a couple laps ago. Let's look at those stint links again. Who else is on new tires? Is there going to be anybody else coming to the front? Looks like Lapanis in the 8. Dunford and Stagner and Stefane and 11th, 12th, and 13th right now, but they're 20-lap-old tires. Those are your freshest in the field. Atlee Weiss hitting pit road. Watch for other people to get to pit road. Atlee with a decent pit road stop, 14.87. Good on and off. Total of 46.87 on pit lane. See what the rest of these guys do when they hit pit road. So far, it's been a tale of two tapes. Early, it was Devin Bacino. Devin's still not giving up. He's only 4th place right now. And what's hurting him is the fresher tires of the guys in front of him. So Jake Ellingson, Brandon Richardson on the newer tires. Dylan Redding with a slightly newer tires. And as I say that, Bacino to pit road. And I'm pretty sure they can make it from here. So from 4th position to pit road for Bacino. And barring any setbacks, there might be maybe a late race caution will assist him as well, and he'll be able to get even newer tires. So we'll see. You know, they only have 2 sets, I believe, with this league, 65% fuel. A lot of guys hitting pit road there. Let's see where he comes out on track at. Ellingson, the leader, coming out of 4 now. And you saw Bacino coming off of pit road as they were entering turn 3, so that's a full lap to the bad, a lap and a half. So what they need now is to not have any caution. Hagerman hit pit road, Setzer as well, Chad Waller all hitting pit road. Jake Ellingson, the man of the hour right now. A little bit busier back here where Devin Bacino is trying to make up some time. To the bottom, 3 wide. It's going to make it work as he looks under Chaput next. Bacino trying to turn off as many fast laps as he can, because when these guys hit pit road, oh, Chaput into the wall. Chaput really struggling back there as these guys trying to find a way around him. Derek Chaput way high into turns 3 and 4. And he's just trying to find pit road, which he does. Still all Jake Ellingson at the front. Kind of gapped Brandon Richardson a little bit. He's got 7th, 10th lead. 61 into the wall. There goes Logan Hagerman. He's making his way through the traffic on fresh tires. trying to keep pace with Buccino. Dunford to pit road. Being quali as well in Dustin Buck. Dustin Buck with some right front damage, some heavy damage. That might be the end of his day. "26 laps to go here from Atlanta Motor Speedway." As you see Jake Ellingson starting to run down the 5 machine of Rob Hamilton. Dylan Redding to pit road, Mick Lofson as well. So Jake and Brandon Richardson probably have about 8 or 9 laps before they go to pit road. Oh, Jake getting a little pushy off the corner. So is Rob. Rob almost turns it around. As he goes now to the inside, trying to get his lap back. Not going to happen. And look who's behind these guys stalking. That's Devin Buccino on the fresh tires. Now he's just getting his lap back as he goes around the outside there of Brandon Richardson. But for every lap these guys stay out and Buccino takes time, he's making up ground. Remember that it took about a lap and a half of the leaders for them to get around. So right now, if they even pit right now, Buccino would assume the lead, at least temporarily. We'll see how long they wait to hit pit road. Jake Ellingson still your leader. Brandon Richardson second. Lee Krause over 7 seconds back as your third place driver. You see Dylan Redding there popping into your screen, but he is a lap down as well. So he'll be working to get his lap back from Jake Ellingson. Devin Smith hitting pit road. Bradley Stefane and Rob Hamilton as well. Ooh, you see Logan Hagerman letting it all hang out off the corner there as he's chasing Devin Buccino. We'll see how this all shakes out here when Jake Ellingson and Brandon Richardson hit pit road. And anybody else who's in that top 8 or 9 positions now. Pretty confident nobody can make it. Who's been out on track since the green flag run started. Anybody who hit pit road would be able to make it. And there goes Logan Hagerman by your leader, Jake Ellingson. Brandon Richardson to pit road now. Brandon cutting it 1 lap at least before Jake Ellingson. We'll see how long Jake stays out. And will that be the race-winning move? Or will it not be enough? Where is Brandon going to come out in relation to Devin Buccino? That's the question. And Buccino just went by. So right now he's 4 seconds, 5 seconds ahead of Brandon Richardson. I'm sorry, it's even more than that. It's probably like 20 seconds ahead right now. Jake Ellingson down the back stretch. Still your leader, 18 to go. I'd imagine he'll be looking for pit road here. Not yet. He's going to stay out at least one more time around. Seen Dylan Redding work past him. Devin Bacino, currently 5th place, but over 20 seconds back from the leaders. And as we talked about before, it takes about 48 seconds to get onto pit road, get a good 4-tire stop, and get off. So Bacino would take the lead, at least temporarily. We'll see if there's enough time for somebody on fresher tires to catch him. Jake Ellingson to pit road. Lee Krause assumes the lead. Look at those stint lengths for Lee. Krause, Green, Ellingson, Warnicki, all 40 laps. I'm sorry, Warnicki on 39, coming to 40. Wright, 38. Hagerman on 15. Bacino on 17. Yellow flag is out. Big wreck. Austin Green, the leader. Lee Krause collecting Dean Qualley as well. Who is that going to help? That is the question. That's going to help Lee in a way. It's going to lock some people a lap down as well. We'll see. Let's look and see what happened there first. Not sure who that was. Get it one more time. Jake Ellingson. The 86. Randy Pepler. Gets into the back of the 27 there. Ellingson, I don't know if Ellingson was coming off pit road and just made a bad decision there or what happened. Let's see what happened with Ellingson. Yeah, he's just coming off a pit road, makes a bad decision to come up onto the track. He's trying to merge into traffic, but he's a lot slower here. Oh, Ellingson gets caught by Qualley there. He almost had it saved. I'd imagine there's some pretty mad guys in the chat right now. That's going to surrender your race lead, I believe, to Dylan Redding. Dylan Dunford being on the tail end of the lead lap there in front of him. So those guys in front of Dylan will get a wave around of the pace car. Pacino, Hagerman, Wright, Waller, Setzer hitting pit road there. As well as Park and Cox. Dunford as well. Ellingson and Qualley. And all the guys in front of Dylan Reddy getting waved by. Brandon Richardson will start second. As I showed a minute ago, those guys in the front 15 and 8 respectively on laps, on tires. The guys behind him all on fresh. He's through 10th position there. At Man Weiss in 10th with a brand new set. And we're about to see some racing. Jay Adams thinks we're going to have some more cautions. You could be right. I'm going to see some aggressive racing here as this thing winds down. Dylan Redding, 11 laps to go. When he cross the line, it'll be 10 to go. Can he hold on to it? Or is Devin Bacino and Logan Hagerman have something to say about that? I'm going to venture to say those guys are going to be pretty aggressive here early. Hagerman high, Pacino low, Redding to the inside. Not going to happen. Brandon Richardson to the outside is going to take the lead down the backstretch. Pacino's going to follow him. Brandon Richardson now under attack from Devin Pacino to the inside. Devin Pacino, your pole sitter. Logan Hagerman going to try to follow him by. That outside is going to get a better run down the backstretch, though. Ooh, Dustin Buck behind them, almost into the wall. And Pacino by a nose. Richardson off the corner. Richardson at the line, still with the lead. Richardson fighting really hard on that outside line and doing a really good job with it with the 66 machine of Chad Waller on fresh tires, pushing him along, trying to keep this lead away from Devin Pacino. Hagerman pushes just a little bit, almost gets into Waller. They stay clear. Richardson at the line again. Oh, Richardson into the wall. He's going to hit right. They're going to wreck behind him, though. Oh, the 23 coming back across. They're going to stay green, though. We're staying green. The cars kept going straight. Hagerman third, Dave Wright fourth. Dave's got damage, though. These guys are going to swallow him up, I'd imagine. Maybe not. Pacino, though, 6 laps to go. Can we make it to the end? Lots of guys sideways. Oh, one around on the backstretch. Bradley Stefane's crashed. Still green, though. Hagerman to the inside as he looks under Waller. Nothing there. Slides back in behind him. Hagerman to the bottom again. He looks up off of 2. Can he be there? We've seen him do it before as he cranks it down off the corner. Nothing there still. 1, 2, 3 they go with 5 laps to go. Four laps at the line. Devin Bacino looking for his 4th win of the season. Chad Waller all over his backside. Hagerman throws it in, a slide job up in front of Waller. What a move by Hagerman as he's now setting his sights on Bacino. 4 laps to go. Can he pull it off again? Can Hagerman pull the slide job one more time? What has Bacino got for him? 3 laps to go. Two laps to go. Hagerman's trying to set him up. Backs his corner up. Into the throttle early through 3 and 4 as he pushes a little bit out of 4. Flirting with that wall. Gonna get a good run down the front stretch here. Underneath Bacino. 1 lap to go. This is the final lap. Can Hagerman do it? Oh, he bumps Bacino. Bacino into the wall. Hagerman now. Wallers goes to the inside. Can Hagerman beat him to the line? Waller's going to take it. Chad Waller is going to be your race winner. Chad Waller with the win. Hagerman second. David Wright's going to get a podium. Matthew Setzer's going to finish 4th. Bacino ends up 5th. Zachary Cox 6th. Alan Warnicki 7th. Atlee Atman Weiss with an 8th. Dylan Dunford 9th, and rounding out your top 10 is Dylan Redding in the wall. But back to Chad Waller. What a race for that guy. Took a back seat for a second. Waited for the mistake and found himself in victory lane. But what an attempt by Hagerman there to get the slide job. Not quite clear. Ends up getting into Bacino there. I'm sure they will have a couple words with each other about that. Wonder if Chad Waller is going to burn it down for us or just park it for beauty. We'll just imagine he's doing a Carl Edwards backflip. How about that? All right. Third place. His first podium of the season. D. Wright, you got me in the booth. You got me?
10-4, man. Got my ears on.
So coming to that last lap, do you expect yourself to find your way into that podium position? You were fighting to keep fourth for a while there. Tell me about it.
Yeah, there's definitely a battle for fourth, fifth, and sixth with the three cars there. So just trying to fend them off. And then I heard Logan getting into it a little bit with the winner with a couple laps left. So, and then I seen him make a move right at the white flag. Figured something was going to happen. Hate the podium at the expense of a teammate in Buccino, though.
Yeah, they were racing hard. Hagerman not quite clear. Just clips his front fender just a little bit. And Hagerman had pulled off a heck of a slide job just prior to that. But yeah, that's how Buccino ends up in the wall there toward the end. But congratulations on the podium. Anybody you want to thank out there?
I just want to thank the sponsors, obviously, Octagon Camping for running the nice scheme, Morris Customs, my crew chief, Ashlyn Ray, tire changer, Ali Gray, and you, man, for getting me into this, Dean for running the league, Intensity for doing excellent broadcasting. You guys are awesome. So really, really fun. I had no business even having a top five tonight. I was struggling, caused one of those cautions getting into the wall and trying to pull it off. And then just ran a really long run and got saved by that caution. I had 2 laps left of fuel with that caution, and then everybody went in and took tires that still had them. I still had 2 sets in, so took mine and really lucked out. So worked out.
Looks
It
like
was not fast at all.
You really needed that in the points for sure, D. Wright. 20th coming in definitely help you in the point system here at Extreme Forces Racing. Congratulations on your podium finish, and we'll see you again next week.
Allah.
Logan Hagerman. You got me?
I got you, Joe.
My friend, a whale of a slide job on Waller. Waller gives it to you a little bit, and I think he says to himself, he's going to do that again to Buccino, and I'm going to win this thing. And then you go and you try, and you almost get it, but you're not quite clear there on Buccino. Talk me through it.
Yeah, Chad definitely let me in there coming off it too, so I appreciate that. The one with Devin, though, I went back and looked at that replay. He came down just as much as I came up there, so
Okay.
It's just good, hard racing between us all, so I don't think there's any hard feelings or anything there. He's the last guy that I want to run into, so I definitely didn't want to wreck him or anything.
Right.
But it was just good, hard racing between Chad and Buccino, and I noticed David Ray came home third, so that's good to see him up there.
Yeah, he got a little lucky straw up his backside, so yeah. Good job for him. But yeah, awesome job, Logan. You were up there all night. I called the slide job. I knew it was coming. I knew you were going to set him up a little bit. If you go back and watch it, you'll see. I thought you had it. Came up a little bit short. Ended up P2, though.
Yeah, all in all, it was a really fun race. I can't complain about a second place finish. It's been a rough season in these ARCA cars, and it was just good to get a top 3.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. Anybody you want to thank? I know you got some people and friends and stuff.
Yeah, I got to thank Grandma Hagerman for watching and supporting me every week. I got to thank Intensity Neon Racing. It was a great run for us tonight. I got to thank Eddie Morris for the paint scheme and you up in the booth.
Awesome job, Logan. We'll see you again next week here on Extreme Forces.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Paging Chad Waller. Paging Chad Waller. Where art thou? That is the question. Where is Chad Waller? Your winner, Chad Waller. All right, well, it looks like we don't get a interview with the winner this week, Chad Waller. So we'll have to maybe get with him pre-race next week. We'll see if we can get him in here or what. Congratulations to him on a whale of a race. Some patience paid off there at the end and finds himself in that winner's circle. Good job to him. For Intensity Broadcasting, I'm Joe Wright. This has been the Extreme Forces Racing League and sponsored by Stanley Everett Racing. So check us out every Monday night, 9:30. We'll run this ARCA series every week on a random schedule. And we'll see you again next week. As Atlee Atman Weiss would say, over and out.